What's up guys, my name is Nick, founder of Nick LaYupa Advertising, where small business owners go for digital advertising in today's world. Now all the time I talk to small business owners who either don't understand how powerful Instagram could be for their business or haven't allocated enough time to learn how to do it the right way. And in this video, you're gonna learn everything you need to know to start using Instagram for business in 2018. Okay, so let's start off with why Instagram is great for business. The simple answer here is that good advertising and marketing means showing up where your customers are. And today, most of your customers are spending some time on Instagram. Think about what happens when you look for a new restaurant, for example. Most of the time, you're gonna hop online, check out the reviews, wind up on their Instagram, looking at their food, even if you're right outside the door, right? You'd rather check it out from the comfort of your car than have to go inside and see for yourself. See, what's happening today is most of our interactions, our first encounters, are happening online. And if they're happening on Instagram, we want to make sure that your feed is telling the right story about your business. That way, when you do make that first impression with a potential client, it's leaving the right impression and it's making a lasting impression. Another thing about Instagram is that it's all visual. Since it's super visual, it makes it a lot easier to tell a deeper, more meaningful story about your business that helps you build trust with your audience. The last but not least point is that since Instagram is owned by Facebook, you get all of Facebook's targeting abilities when you decide to run Instagram ads for your business. And this is huge because since Facebook knows so much about its users, you can really detail and niche down to ensure that just the people that are most likely to take an action are the ones seeing your ads. So the overall strategy for your Instagram is to build an engaged audience that you can then access whenever you want to release a sale or announce a new product or what have you. Essentially, every time you pay for advertising, you're paying somebody for access to an audience, whether it's a newspaper or a magazine or a billboard, right? If you have a billboard up, you're paying for access to everybody on the street. It's no different here. In the physical world, it would look like a room full of your supporters that are ready to give you their attention and listen to what new product you have to offer them. All right, so now that we have a foundation down, it's time to talk about the next step, which is what content to post. Now, this is where a lot of people get hung up, but I'm gonna make it real simple for you. Okay, so you already know that this overall strategy is about building an engaged audience of people that are interested in what you have to offer. So if that's the goal, then what you have to post is stuff that those people are interested in, right? So a lot of times, business owners think that their Instagram has to be all about their business. It's gotta be all about me, me, me. It's gotta be this sale I got. It's gotta be this product I'm dropping. It's gotta be check out this day at the store. But that's not the way that it has to be. Your customers, from the beginning, are not gonna be interested in what you have to offer. Yeah, harsh, newsflash, I know. But you don't care about anything until you hear the story behind it, until you have some sort of attraction and connection with that person, and then you're gonna care about it, or that business, then you're gonna care about it. So in order to build that relationship, you have to post content that your target audience is interested in. Right? Doesn't always have to be about your business. If you're a coffee shop, for example, think about why people drink coffee. They drink it to be productive. They drink it because it's delicious. Hello, that's why I drink it, and to be productive, and because I'm addicted, right? So you don't always have to post pictures of your coffee shop. You could post motivational quotes, right? Because people drink coffee to be productive and to be motivated. You could post things about productivity tips, right? Life hacks. You could post things about time management. These are all things that will build a deeper relationship with your audience, and it makes you a more dynamic business, right? You're not just a coffee shop now, you're a person that pushes motivation and pushes drive. And that's what people get attached to. The fastest way to grow your audience is to provide value. So if you can figure out what they're interested in, what they want, what they need, and you provide that, now you become a lot more valuable because you're giving them something. They're learning from you, right? You're helping them. And that's the best way to grow your audience. Figure out what type of content you can post that that person would find valuable. Now, valuable content is something that solves a problem, teaches something, is shareable, something I would want to share with my friend. So that's the first step. And it's not hard, okay? Just think about who your target audience is and then what other things besides your services or your products they're interested in, and post that. In order to fully leverage Instagram, you should be posting multiple times per day. And I know when you hear that, you start to freak out, but you don't have to, because I'm gonna show you how you can actually achieve that, right? So there's a bunch of different ways to post on Instagram. You can do live, You can do regular Instagram posts. You could do the carousel slider. You could do stories, which disappear after 24 hours. You could do new Instagram TV, which is videos that last up to 10 minutes for most people. So there's all these different ways to use it. And in order to leverage it fully, you should be posting multiple times per day. How do you do that, you ask? I have problems posting one time a day. I have problems posting once a week. How am I supposed to post multiple times per day, Nick? Yeah, I know. I'm going to tell you. Here's what you do. You make the mind flip from documenting versus creating, right? Documenting is recording and documenting what happens throughout the day. That's the journey, okay? You don't get that from creating. From creating, you get the valuable content, you get the stuff people are gonna share, you get the more produced videos, the more edited pictures. So to fully leverage it, you wanna make sure that you're documenting your day. Every time that you're doing something that pertains to your audience, whether it's stuff for your business or it's stuff that they might find valuable or interesting, you should be documenting that and posting that. You should be posting at scale 2 to 7 to 10 times per day on Instagram. Whether it's posts, stories, going live, IGTV, whatever it is. And the reason you should be posting this many times is because every time you post, every time you put content out, you're creating the opportunity for a relationship. Whether it's a new relationship that hasn't forged yet because somebody just found you because this piece of content you put out, or it's building a deeper relationship with people that have followed you already because they're seeing this new content and they're learning more and more and more about your business or about the person behind your business or about the story of why your business came to be. Every time you post content, you're creating that opportunity for somebody new to find you or for an older relationship to be built even deeper. And that's why you should be posting multiple times per day in order to use this to its fullest potential. So in order to do that, you want to make sure that you're documenting more so than creating, right? But when you do those in tandem with each other, when you document your daily events, because every day you're doing something that pertains to your business, right? It might not be doing the books every day. It might not be at the store every day, but there's something that's going on for your business every day, I guarantee it. So that in conjunction with the more valuable, more fully produced, maybe blog posts, maybe short videos for IGTV, or maybe live videos like Q&As, the more produced things, that in tandem with documenting, that's how you're gonna be able to post multiple times per day on Instagram. Okay, so I know I've been talking a lot, but we're almost there. The second to last thing is about hashtags and how to use them, right? So everybody knows what hashtags are, but a lot of people don't know the optimum way to use them. So what you wanna do when you're looking at your hashtags, you're planning them out, which you can do just by going on Instagram, hitting that search button, and then typing a word, hitting that little tag menu option. It'll pull up all the hashtags for that word and also give you some suggestions on other similar words or key phrases. When you're doing your research, you want to pick hashtags that are like in the medium popularity and right around the low popularity area. You don't want to pick hashtags that are super popular. You also don't want to pick hashtags that have not that many posts. The reason being, because if you pick the super popular stuff, your picture is going to disappear real quick. No one's going to have the opportunity to see it or engage with it. If you pick the hashtags that are low popularity, nobody's going to be searching for those hashtags to find your picture anyways. So either one, you're not going to get very much exposure. You want to pick the medium stuff right here in the middle ground. So when you're looking for your hashtags, I would say pick ones that have no more than 500, 600,000 pictures per post, per hashtag, and then also pick hashtags that have no less than around 30 posts. This is gonna allow you the maximum availability for a new audience to find your images when they search those certain hashtags. All right, so the last thing is about your feed, or your grid, as they say. The fashion bloggers are really good at this. What your grid is when you look at your profile, you can see all your pictures as a whole, right, as one. And then you click on it, zooms it in, whatever, you go back, zooms it out, back to your profile. Now you can see all your pictures, right? That's your grid. So your grid has to have a certain aesthetic because, for one, your pictures that you post individually should represent your brand, right? The editing, the style, the way they were shot, the image itself should represent your brand, because when somebody comes across that image, they should get an idea of what you are as a whole just from that piece of content, right? Because if you put out content that represents your brand, you're gonna attract people that are interested in your brand and you're gonna start attracting the right audience, okay? But if you put out content that's not relevant to your brand or doesn't look like the stuff that you represent, you're gonna attract the wrong audience. When they see that picture, they go to your profile, they're gonna say, what the heck? this person sells summer vacations. I thought they sold winter vacations based on the coloring and the editing and the mountain snow cap that was in this image. You're going to attract the wrong person. Okay, so you want to make sure that your content essentially represents your brand. Now, once you do that, you have to also ensure that your grid or your feed kind of looks all similar, right? If it's the same editing, if it's a far away shot, a close-up shot, a far away shot, things should be in order. When you look at it, things should look like as beautiful as you can make them, right? There's a couple tools that you can use to help plan your feed or plan your grid. Now, the first one is Preview. Preview kind of lets you mock up a grid, so you can download that, import your Instagram feed currently, or you can upload your own images so you can kind of plan out your grid. You can swap images, say this one looks better here, this one looks better over here, this one's better here, 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 here. You can go crazy, but don't go too crazy. Just make sure that you make it as pretty as possible. There's a couple of those apps. One is Preview, one is Mosaic. They both have free versions. There's also paid options as well for more features. The important thing to remember here is to keep your grid in mind, right? And to make sure that it looks as pretty as you can make it. For inspiration, I'll make sure that I link a couple things in the description so you guys can check it out. And all this stuff that I've mentioned, whether it's resources or ideas, will be linked in the description as well. So I think that's it. I hope you guys got a lot of information about how to use Instagram for business in 2018. If you thought this video was dope, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe to the channel. If I totally missed something, let me know in the comments. If you want me to go deeper into detail about something, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to reach back out to you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and have a great one for the rest of your week. Fucking crushed it. Oh man, the other ones took like freaking an hour. All right. Make sure I'm still recording. Ooh, thank God, that would suck. It's happened before. But whatever you decide to do, mess around with it, try it out, try 9, try 30, try 20, try 15. Come out with your own study, right? And tell people what you learned. That's content creation. Put that on your story, document it, you know what I'm saying? Boom, 2 birds with 1 stone, right there, dead, okay? Boom, dead, bow. That's right. All right.